While I'm editing this video, you guys can watch me add some parts to the build and start it for the very first time. Stick around, you don't want to miss this. And just put a little on the piston, rings. Let's see more. I always use full synthetic oil. I think it's better. Okay, like that. Let me see, let me line up the piston ring. Bits. That's about good. Doesn't really want to go. I don't want to apply any force because it's very thin metal. I don't want to bend it. There you go. Just like that. And the cylinder. Let's go. I'll line up the piston ring with it. There we go. There we go. Straight here, so it's gonna go like this. Yes, very nice. That's fine for now. Okay, let's put on some more parts. Right here, we've got a Malossi Delta clutch. We got a wing bell. And of course, we need the clutch plates. So I put a red contour spring on there and some red pull springs. I don't know how you call these in English. Do you know? Please let me know in the comments. That's ready to go on there. Let me see. Got a belt somewhere. Well, on there as well. Just barely fits in there, doesn't it? There it is. A piece of paper on this because there'll be dirt in there. Yep, there is. So next time it won't go that difficult. Okay, let's tighten this thing up. Hand it. Then by locking the clutch. That's on there. Nice. I think with the overrange one, we don't need another. No, we don't need another bushing back there. We can put that on there. Even that'll fit. Oops, nice. And then we need a little star. Don't forget that, because you won't be able to start it. There should be a ring. Sticks out so much. It doesn't really matter. It's Julia one. The same anyways. Okay, we need some bolts. Most the bushes are out of this one. But we gotta clean this up. Well, another thing we've got to do is set the right ignition timing. I will try and show you how to do that. Well, your ignition has two markers on it. One's on the rotary disc. It's right there, that little line. Right there. And there's one right there on the casing, on the stator. And those two have to be lined up. Of course, you can just rotate it there and it's fine. It doesn't work like that. For that, you need the top dead center of your piston, because you've got to decide top dead center, and at top dead center these two lines will have to line up. In order to do that, we'll have to find top dead center, of course, and I will show you a very simple method of doing that. I'll be right back. Okay, I will try and show you like this. It's a bit difficult for me to see, but first, of course, we take out the spark plug. Like that. Nice. Then we take a nice flathead screwdriver. Make sure it's clean, you don't want to end up with a lot of sand in your cylinder or something like that. Yes. And then you'll just put your screwdriver carefully into the piston, into the hole, and you will start turning your ignition until you feel the piston against your screwdriver. Now you keep turning, and as you can see, the screwdriver will be pushed out further and further and further and further, and some more and some more, until finally it's at its highest point, right there. If you would turn further and you would keep the screwdriver against the piston, it would rotate back inwards, of course. But that's not what we want. We want the highest point. So I'll take it a bit back. We're going up, 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 and there it stops. It's not going up anymore. And you'll see that if you keep rotating very slowly, it takes a while before the screwdriver will actually return down again. Well, the delay, the point where the screwdriver stays at the highest point, yeah, that's a bit of a difficulty. You gotta be exactly in the middle of it, switching to the other side. So it's a bit of a fiddle, but once you feel it, you'll get what I mean. It's hard to explain. Well, and then you end up with the highest point. Well, now your piston is in its top dead position. Make sure it stays there and that your rotary disc doesn't rotate a little. So what I usually do is I'll keep my screwdriver in there, keep it firm at the highest point, and then I will mark up somewhere on the stator. Oh, doesn't really matter where. Something like that. It would be better to use a thinner lined thing, but now you know that when your rotary disc and stator are in this position, the lines are matching up, your piston is at your top dead center. Well, after that, it's just a matter of loosening these screws so you can rotate the stator if need be. And then you just rotate the stator until the line of the stator lines up with the line of the rotator, of the rotational disc rotor. How do you call that in English? But you have to make sure you don't turn your rotor in the meantime, because then you gotta start over. And that's really all there's to it. If that's good, your ignition timing is set correctly. Well, moving on. So after I put on the cylinder and the transmission, I slapped an exhaust on there. It's a Sony C16, I think, might be 21. But and what did I do? Hooked up a carburetor and the fuel system. The wiring is connected to the ignition switch, so the engine turns off when I turn the key off. So I guess everything's on there, and it leaves only one thing to do. Test it. Let's go. So there we go, first start. Load some fuel into the carburetor.